For my master's thesis project in interaction design, I wanted to explore how we might interact with significant news stories in constructive ways. The result of this is Mr. Speaker, an audio-first news platform that is like having a personal news anchor in your living room. It's a voice interface for the home, a speaker that speaks and listens to you when it's supposed to. The problem is that the mainstream news media are all fighting for your attention, not just with each other, but with all the alternatives on social media. Significant events are alongside your friend's cats, blurring the lines between real news and the rest of the noise. When I interviewed journalists and news editors, I heard that investigative journalism needed a new strategy and that they had a hard time engaging young people. So I talked to these so-called young people about their news habits and how they value and experience different ways of consuming news. One of the recurring problems I found was that people have a hard time keeping track of a long-running news story as it unfolds over time. When they wanted to follow up, they usually just Googled it. And then there's the comments section. It wasn't surprising that all of my users felt that commenting on news was completely hopeless. A healthy society depends on diverse opinions with discussions between different viewpoints, but we've proved that we need something to not censor us, but to mediate these conversations. We designers may now design experiences using audio as the primary interface. For decades, we have seen AI and sci-fi. We've had Siri on our phones for a few years, and now we have AI products in our homes, on our countertops and desks. And the challenge here was how to design an AI for the home, since no archetype yet exists. You get to choose your personal news agent. There's a Madam Speaker named Ada that has a sense of humor, and then there's a Mr. Speaker called Max that helps you get a balance of perspectives.
I know everything there is to know about the stories that matter to you.
It still lets the reporters do their job of explaining to the public what is going on and set the tone for the conversations that follow. And if you miss something or want answers, you just interrupt the story and ask. Since news stories can be private and personal, you decide if you want to share your thoughts or keep it between you and the speaker. Listening to and interacting with a story ensures that journalists get a share of the platform's revenue to produce the investigation and dig deeper. The journalists can get feedback from their community of supporters. They can hear questions people want to know, the questions that even Mr. Speaker doesn't have answers to, as well as receive anonymous tips or evidence from users. During debates, the speaker acts as a mediator and does some fact-checking along the way.
Thank you for listening.